Alright, so if you've ever had the strange and unusual calling to lead your own cult, then today really is your chance, because you're going to learn exactly how to write an indoctrination sequence via email. After you've already gotten these leads to opt in, you're going to be telling them engaging, sharp, and branded, persuasive stories for your brand that about basically why they should follow you and why they should actually follow you to the end of the earth and drink the Kool-Aid together. I'm partially kidding, but kind of not, because these are the actual most powerful pieces of your brand email introductions when you have them. And I'm going to show you exactly step by step basically how to write them from 1 to 5. I recommend 5, sometimes 3 is okay, but you really want to actually get these people warmed up, get your leads engaged, loving you or hating you, and being very polarized. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do it in this video, so check it out. Welcome to the video. I'm Evan from Motive and Motion. I do a lot of copywriting videos specifically about how to build your list, how to build your audience, how to build subscribers that are engaged and loyal and followers, and basically sell things through direct response marketing and copywriting and consulting, how to price your services, how to get new clients as a copywriter, how to be, positioned in the market in a great way. Like, I'm teaching new copywriters about all this stuff. And so if you like this content, like and subscribe and smash the buttons below, because you will be the first one to be notified. And I would love to have you on the team and in the Motive and Motion family long term. So you're welcome to smash the crap out of all the buttons below. You'll be the first to be notified for all this new content from now and in the future. So welcome to the brand. Let's get into the video. Alright, so first step to leading your own cult is basically getting them to worship you. Now, I'm just playing, but what you really want to do is get them super engaged in your brand. So this is the first exact thing that you are giving to them after they've opted in, right? So maybe you've given them the lead magnet, and you've already focused on that, which we've covered here really in this #1 lead magnet video, and also the longer form video that's about an hour long. You can check the whole 5 steps with this. But you've already given them that video or that training or that tutorial or that PDF, and you've given them the value up front by goodwill value, front loading the relationship, and kind of like you do in a value cannon. You're going to stuff all the value in and shoot it their way, give it to them, make sure that you don't have any pressure really involved, and you have what we talked about, which is basically the neutralization or the kind of decompression zones that we talked about in that retail video, where it's basically these marketing tactics are working in the retail world right now. You could check the video for #1 or really for the long form content, either one that you want to choose, and you'll learn about the decompression zones, because those are so important when people walk into the place. They want to feel comfortable. So when they walk in, quote unquote, to your email list, they want to feel invited and warm and friendly, and they want the community to kind of like show them what is going on and who is in it and what's going on in the value that they can actually glean from your brand. So that's what you want. That's what you want them to do. You want them to be so comfortable that it's just like, okay, great, we're among friends now. We can relax, we can put our guard down, and we can just learn all that it really, comes down to with the authority that's leading this brand, whoever they may be, the salesperson, the coach, the trainer, or the e-commerce brand in general that doesn't have a figurehead, right? Either way, and it's fine, but really you want to figure out what's right for your brand and what's right for your customers and serve them with that value. So I really only got 2 main things for you today, and let's hop into that video, and we'll start #1 with the edutainment. Okay, so when you got a brand new list, right, and you want to give them some new value, something that's useful to them, something they can go away and use and come back to you because they got so much entertainment or education or training and learning or lessons or whatever shortcuts that you're providing them with, or ease or success or value or confidence or whatever you're providing them, they are coming back after hopefully digesting your PDF and basically looking at your brand like, all right, what's next? What do we got? And the main thing that you do have is that you are ready to provide them with what your brand is really about. You're ready to indoctrinate them. You're ready to send them to the content that they will be engaged with first with your brand, the first front-facing, customer-centric copy that you're giving them right off the bat. And the main thing that I want to cover here is that the fact that you really need to provide edutainment, right? And we covered that in these two videos before, for the main long form video and the lead magnet video. But basically you're going to be giving them education and entertainment and mixing them and calling edutainment, which is essentially giving you something that they can continue to, kind of engage with, that's fun, and it's like, it's an exciting thing to be part of, but it's also not useless. It's not just entertainment, it's actual education too. It's educational value they can pull and then they can use from you, go apply it hopefully in their lives, whether it's fitness or their credit or they're investing, or whether they have a tech product or crypto, or whether they're selling something on drop shipping and e-commerce, or they're an affiliate marketer, and whatever they are doing, you are giving them value on the front end through your indoctrination sequence that they can take and do something with, and then go apply it, come back, and then say, that was great, that worked, I can't believe you gave me that for free, I love you guys now, and what else you got, right? That's basically what they're doing. And you gotta remember also, never to get discouraged when people aren't opening and clicking or whatever. You just need to try new things. If the most people on your list in general, on any list, are really not gonna go actually apply something that you're teaching them, especially when it's free, because people don't generally value what's free unless they're really interested in learning what you've got. And then, those are the people who are really actually who you want to talk to and target more. And so you got to remember that a large portion of your lists, especially when we talk about those micro lists in the bigger form content, that they're going to be, somewhat unresponsive because they're not ready to buy now. There's only 3% roughly of people who are ready to buy now. I'll show you a graph on the screen that right now will show you exactly the breakdown of this kind of pyramid of people ready to buy now. I got this from Chet Holmes' book on the Ultimate Sales Machine. But that's a good rule of thumb, basically, because most people are not ready to just buy everything that you got. But you do want to be segmenting and moving those people down the line who are interested. So this is what you do with an indoctrination sequence, right? So this is step 2 of step 5. We got the whole format that we've already covered in about an hour video, like I said, in the cards. But you basically want to be able to speak about what is valuable and unique in your brand. This indoctrination sequence is something, like I said, that's edutaining, and it's giving them something that they can use, but they're also not bored with, right? So you're not just giving them 2 huge blog posts that are like 4,000 words each and say, go read that and get back to us when you can. You're saying something that's fun and exciting. Maybe you're telling a story. Maybe you're resonating with their exact solutions that they need and their pain points and whatnot. Their life story. You're telling the story. You're becoming the hero and the guide. And that is really a very powerful framework for giving them stuff that's valuable to them. And it's edutaining because it's not just boring, dry logic, but it's also not just some fun story that they can't really do anything with, right? So that's the main point for here for number 1, is you really want to be giving them both educational and entertaining value at the same time, and differentiating yourself from other brands, other businesses, from your competition, right? You want to be setting yourself apart and carving a unique position. And this is kind of the positioning that comes from the line of thinking of Al Ries and Jack Trout. These are the guys that are basically the godfathers of the positioning and marketing and whatnot. So if you can carve out your own little niche that's, not even better per se when you're just objectively comparing them, but just separate and different and more valuable to that person, then you're going to be actually memorable long term. So if you're doing that, this is the perfect place to do it, right? 3 to 4, maybe 5 emails that's indoctrinating them into your brand, telling them what to expect, pre-framing the conversation, pre-framing products and services, resonating with their situation in life, right? Outlining their pain points, clearly defining what they're going through in life, if it's accurate based on your research, right? These are the things that are super powerful and persuasive to the audience members who are reading these and soaking up every post and learning really who you are and what they can get from you, basically, because that's what it is. And like I said, you're foreshadowing your products that are to come. You're not force selling or hard selling anything down people's throats at this stage. Later on, maybe you could get a little bit more aggressive, but you're not pitching, you're not doing anything really. You're just, kind of warming them up. And this can be really, really powerful, and it's a great process. And you want to carve out your own position in their mind so they know who you are, what they can get from you, rather, because they're looking to you as an authority, as an expert, as a guru, as a leader, whatever. You want to give them what they're coming to you for specifically. So that really is number 1. You want to warm them up with these 3 to 5 rough emails that really tell them who you are, and also recognize that you acknowledge who they are as well. So the second thing that I really want to cover today is that the call to action really needs to be so powerful and in the forefront of people's minds when you are writing your email list content, your first indoctrination sequence, right? So you've already got content that's educational and it's edutaining because it is also entertaining, right? It's the mix of that, but you do want to consistently hit them with calls to actions. You want to give them offers. You want to move them to next stages, and also when you're doing that, segment your list and give them better, more engaging flows to do something with, rather than just sit there and kind of read your emails in a boring way. So number two really here is to always remember to lay your emails out in such a way that you can provide a valuable call to action that will take them to a next stage of the deeper levels of the relationship that you two have, right? And when I say you two, I mean you and your brand, right? Your brand and your audience, because you are the brand, or whoever's talking, whoever's the main person who's speaking to this audience or this segment, and then that one person on the other end of the computer screen, basically, because that is how you should be communicating. You shouldn't say like, well, I'm glad you all are here, everything for you guys is so great. Like you want to just be like, what you're dealing with, I've been there, I've done that, I understand, I know how to fix it. I used to think this and now I got this result. I used to be here and now I got here. Certain things that I've experienced that you're probably going through right now, like yada, 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 yada. Those are the things that people resonate with, whether they're in an e-commerce brand or they're reading from an affiliate program, something about they're buying something on cooking, or like putting their kids to bed, or like being a better parent, or learning to read faster, whatever. Like these are the types of things that you're breaking down, right? These are the things that you are telling them how to do, giving them value, telling them stories, which is educational and entertaining, and then you are leading them to a call to action, right? A CTA. You need to always have a call to action laid out in your posts, so you're not just saying stuff. You're like, hey, how's it going? Here's a bunch of stuff that I know, and now you know it. Great. All right, bye. Like that doesn't work. That doesn't do anything. That doesn't help them really. It's just like, oh, that was cool, and then I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to do now, but I guess that was pretty valuable. It's like there's nothing really for them to do, right? So when you're making these call to action offers or soft pitches, right, they can be leading to a book that you've got, a free download, another lead magnet to further segment their interest, right? A quiz, a little chat room, or a community, a forum, some Facebook group, right? To like you on social, hit you up on YouTube, subscribe to your channel, hint, hint, hint. This is the stuff that you are telling people what to do, basically, because that stuff deepens your relationship and furthers their commitment into your brand, which is the next level of getting them to buy more of your products, your services, and trust you as a guide for the problem that they're having. It's very simple. Like number two really needs to be always remembering to lay in the call to action at the end of your posts, and it could be laid out through the middle of the post and whatnot. Like I like to use at least 2 or 3 links if I'm trying to get them to do one thing. And here's a little pro tip as well. What you want to do is you're going to always give them one thing to do in the email, never 2 or 3. 2 can work sometimes, but you really want to focus on, unless you're doing like a newsletter type email where it's kind of like a buffet, like, hey, check our resort event that we had the other day, and also the new wine that we just came out with, and our golf club is also accepting new members at the moment, so you maybe check out this offer here, blah, 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 blah. Like that type of stuff can work really well with the newsletter type email, and you got different links and images and a template. But what I usually do when it's a direct response, and I would prefer direct response email with no anything, like no branding, no logos, no nothing, just straight words, that can work way better if the copy is great. I would prefer that well over any day of the beautiful branded graphics that are all great and pretty. If they don't do much, that doesn't really matter. I would rather tell a great engaging story with powerful, engaging, and persuasive communicative copy that gives them to the next level with no assistance from brands if I had to choose, right? So that's just kind of a little pro tip, that you always want to get them in one place, and one thing leads to another because people have short attention spans. So basically you want to remember to continue giving them value on an ongoing basis and shoot them to one direction. So those are the 2 most important things that I've really got. So I got the edutaining value. Remember to always remember that, and keep it edutational and entertaining, which is educational plus entertainment, right? And then also always have a call to action. So you're always calling them to do something rather than just sit there. Don't just stand there, do something, right? Like you want to put them to another list and give them to the next upsell, or get them to the next product, or offer them some new value that's for free, or give them to a new lead magnet, whatever, because those are the types of things that, like I said, they deepen the relationship with other people. So If you like this content and you want to subscribe, I would encourage you highly to do so by smashing the button right now, because you're going to get notified by these brand new videos that I've got coming out. And yeah, like I said, they're in that card. So essentially what you're going to do is subscribe, hit the bell, and then later on I'll notify you from all these videos coming up, and you'll be the first one to know and be able to watch them, because I've got the whole series coming out on a slow drip. If you don't see them up there at the moment, then just be patient. Like I said, they're dripping on the same time each week. And but right now you can go watch the entire 5-step series of the formula about how to build an email list from zero. So that's what I got for you today. Thank you so much for paying attention, for being engaged, and also hopefully you're learning a lot about how to build your email list and use this really potent asset for your business and your brand, so you can drive engagement, boost your subscriber base, get people opening, clicking, and buying from your stuff, and be really engaged over the long term and have great customers, and then weed out the people who are not that interested in your stuff. Once again, that's what I've got. It's Evan from Motive in Motion. We're going to talk about the next video soon, so stay tuned to those cards, and I will talk to you soon. Peace.